Make sure you check out VGR and QMU, link in the description and at the end of the video! Hi, I'm Jason Cracknell, otherwise known as Drawing by the Book, and Mob from Mob Psycho 100 is finished. One of my favourite animes, second place with One Punch Man, actually, because Hunter x Hunter still takes the lead as my favourite anime, and I don't think anything will ever beat that. But Mob, it's phenomenal. I love how the creator one is able to make these overpowered characters like Saitama and Mob and make them so interesting and make their stories so in depth, even though every time they come up to like a villain or anything, it's just like, douche, dead. There's like no real fight in him, yet he still keeps the whole story and battles so interesting, and I wanted to draw something from Mob. So I decided to go with when he kind of switches to his question mark percent. So if you haven't seen the show, Mob kind of holds in his anger and his emotions, and then when he gets really emotional it kind of releases, and you see like a percentage almost build, and when it hits like 100% he will then pretty much max out his power and just explode. However, in this scene where this happens, he pretty much almost dies and his emotions almost just explode out to save himself, but because he isn't completely conscious or anything, it actually just kind of like takes over, and it ends up just going to this question mark percent, and it's one of like the strongest times we've ever seen Mob. Like, he rips up a whole school to pieces. It's an awesome scene, but like so emotional at the same time. So I wanted to kind of draw something from that scene because to me that one kind of stood out the most. I decided to go with a bit more of a painterly effect with this one, which kind of made it a lot faster paced because I wasn't focusing on getting things perfect and down to the T right, because this one, it didn't matter if it was messy. If anything, it actually added to the effect, which meant I could do this one a lot faster, which with the time constraint I've got right now of having to work, it's quite nice to be able to have. I've kind of done one with the outline and one with, or without, sorry. And with the outline, I think it really helps. It adds a bit of depth and it creates a nice kind of framing for Mob. Without the outline though, however, it's just that bit more messier, and I don't know, both of them have their own effects and they're both like better for their own reasons. Personally, I think I prefer the with outline more. However, I'm going to compare both of them at the end so you can see side by side and let yourself decide what you prefer, because I think I can understand if someone goes, no, I prefer without outlines. Like, I can totally understand why you're getting that, and I can also see the argument of with outlines, so it's very much a matter of whatever you prefer, and I totally accept that with this drawing. There's a couple of times where it's like, people are like, you should have done it this way, and sometimes I'll be like, yeah, you're right, but there is times where I'm like, no, that's not right, and in this case it's a matter of, yeah, it's just whatever ones you prefer. I can totally understand both sides. However, with Mob, I do think when it came to his face and his arms and everything, the black shading, I think it worked. I had a nice bit of white with the black, and it all came through quite nicely. The body, I think I just ended up just going too much black. I should have kept some of that whitish and greyish as well, but honestly, I don't think it affects it so much to where I have to go back in and edit it. You still get the effect from it, and although I think it would be kind of cool to see that and see it change, I don't think it's really needed, so that's why I decided just to leave it how it is. With the background, I wanted to just do more of a quick one. I didn't want to really draw a building or do anything like that, because I wanted to keep the focus on Mob and his extreme amount of power, so that's why I had a couple of the floating bricks and stuff like that, but kept it more of just like a outburst of his aura for the background, with the black and then to the white. So it doesn't distract from Mob, it more just enhances his powers and draws your eye back to him and what he's going through at this time. With the eyes, I love the eyes how I did in this, which is like that kind of white with just slight cast over with some parts. It's the same how they did it in the show, and I really liked it, which is why I copied it over to this one, because it was just lovely. And for this one, I think my point still stands of pink and purple for shading and highlights. It works so well. I don't know what it is, I love the pink and purple shadings and highlight. There's so many drawings where I'll just add it in randomly and it just works amazingly, and I love it. And I'm going to keep doing it because it's one of my favorite things. So to show his power aura, it's like, sure, in the show it is more of that purple and everything, but in this one, to show that power aura with that explosion of purples and pinks and whites, it adds so much, because without it, it's sure it still looks ominous, but you don't really get that power effect with that explosion of color just behind Mob. My god, it adds a lot, and it makes it look so much better. So for the power aura though, I did feel like with the white it added a lot, but I did feel like I still needed that aura of black around it, which is why there's that slight amount, because it helped just push him out and made him look the focus of power, which is nice, and I like it. Now, Mob Psycho 100. My god, it's a great anime. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. This show is so underrated, and it's not underrated because people don't like it, it's underrated just because people haven't seen it. So if you have not seen this, go watch it, do yourself a favor, go watch it. If you're a fan of One Punch Man, you will love this. It's brilliant, the character is amazing, and it's really cool to watch. It really is. I love it, which is why it's my second favorite anime, tied with One Punch Man. when I heard like the news of that there's going to be a new Mob and One Punch Man seasons, I was stoked, because just having one season of both those shows, it's not enough. I need more. I need more. So a second season of both those shows will be so good to watch, and as soon as they come out, I will be binge watching them until they're finished. Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. I have no idea what the hell they're going to do, because with the last season they kind of rounded it up with defeating all the villains, or that big group of like the League of Villains, so I don't know what they're going to throw at us, and I can't even think of anything of what they're going to throw at us, but needless to say, it's going to be interesting. I think it's on the same lines of like One Punch Man right now, of just like they've tied it all round and they're going to throw something at us, but no idea what. But whatever it's going to be, it's definitely going to be interesting, so you know I'm going to be watching all that. I just hope that it comes onto Netflix sometime soon, just so I can rewatch Mob Psycho 100, because it's just easier to watch on Netflix. Same with like One Punch Man, which came up on Netflix a couple of months ago, and it was like great, an easy place to watch it. So I hope season 2 of both those shows will go up on Netflix, so I have an easy place to watch them, which would be nice, because then I can binge watch them like every month. I'm sad. Anyway, this has been Mob from Mob Psycho 100. I do hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.